What's up, guys? So today, let's just go ahead and start off with story time, shall we? So I was eating lunch at work and I had seen these coils pop up for sale and I was like, dude, it said that they were the rears for a G35 and they obviously they had springs on them. So I'm like, dude, what the hell? I looked them up and they were, what are they? I can't even remember the fucking names right now. Trueheart Street Plus. So I'm like, oh, dude, it's got the spring on it. Let me look it up really quick, make sure that this is what I think it is, which I thought that these were the true coilover conversion for a G35, which means you get rid of the pocket in the back because the G35, let me grab a flashlight. I've talked about this a million times, but if you guys are new here and you don't know what I'm talking about, a G35 has a really retarded suspension setup. That right here is a pocket, and then off to the side is my strut. So it's just the strut and then the coil. They are not together. So if you buy a true coilover, it's all together. It's the whole piece, coil, strut, yada yada, put them together and it goes in on the side. Well, then you get an arm to replace this bucket which has the coil in it. So, which, if you guys watched the Drift A95 video, you had seen a little bit that I had to pull that spring out to get the axle out, so then you'd kind of know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, I thought that's what these were. And then I kind of forgot, because Peyton was the one, when we did it, Peyton helped me put the freaking coils in this thing. So Peyton had installed the rear coils, and it kind of just slipped my mind, I didn't really think about it, that the coils on the rear, they're holes. They're not studs. You can't even see, like if this were to go into the chassis, you can't see where you would put a nut on it. Like you could remove the carpet from the trunk and you just can't see it. So yeah, these are supposed to just be two holes here. So someone must have bought these coils just for a true conversion and just used the rears, and here's the fronts. So I messaged Trueheart themselves, Trueheart Street Plus. I found them, I found their website, I messaged them and I said, hey, how much would it be if you guys were to just sell me the rears? I mean, because if there's 600, and, well, off their website, it's like $700 for the coils. So if I can score the two rears for $350 with shipping, I only paid $150 for these and they're brand new. They haven't even been installed on a car. So that would be a W. But yeah, that sucks. I rushed and bought those because I thought they were rears. They weren't. I ended up gaining a subscriber. What up? He subscribed to the channel. He's got a bunch of bikes and stuff. I was like, dude, maybe we should do some shit later on. I was like, you guys do wheelies and stuff? Whoop, whoop. They loved the G when I rolled up. That was pretty cool. It was a really cool encounter. Honestly, every time that I buy something or sell something now, they always subscribe to the channel. Like, come on, let's be wholesome. I'm local. I'm always going and buying something from somebody, or they're coming to buy something from me. They're always within a couple hours, so it's always cool to see somebody local as a YouTuber. Well, I think so anyways. Not that I see that, but you guys see that. So aside from the coil thing, the next thing I want to talk about is the quad. So this sprocket down here was super loose. So I had went and bought a rubber washer and I had put that in between this locker plate here and the sprocket, and now there's absolutely zero wiggle. There's really not. Ignore the ugly noises, but there's no bend in this back sprocket. So there's no bend in this back sprocket. That one doesn't wiggle anymore. Let me see how straight I can show you on the camera. I don't know if I can, but yeah, I don't know. With my naked eye, this sprocket to that sprocket does not look that far off. No, it doesn't look off at all to me. Which, I mean, that'd be very hard to tell from back here. But, so what I did is I had put the rubber sprocket on there, I threw the chain back on and everything, I went for a rip, I was like, hell yeah, hopefully this fixes it. It did not. So what I am doing today, I measured this, took my little, turn that off, Took that with me to Tractor Supply, measured this up, which the one that I had gotten, we're talking small potatoes here, boy. Boy. I'm talking to one person. So let me get this open so I'm not wasting time. Our new chain and our old chain. So what I wanted to show you guys is, this is how I kind of figured out the differences in the chains. So I just measured here. 0.48. And I measured here. 0.61. So the new chain is a little bit smaller. Harder for me to hold the camera and fucking angle this at the same time. Hold on here, you guys got a shitty view for a second. So then this one is 0.56 on the big part. It's a little smaller on the other side, on the other one. 0.42. But this is the kicker. Bring this over to the quad. This chain goes into here like butter. Like literal butter, boys. Butter. So maybe, let's just hope that the chain was, somebody bought like a different chain and it was a little too big. I don't know. No idea. But we're gonna get this length matched up here and we're gonna get this on and we gotta go for a rip because I am sick and tired of the chain falling off. And when I was talking to my cousin was just here today. And that's, I mean, my cousin Tony is brothers with my cousin Nick. Nick is who sold me the quad. And Tony was here today. And he said that the chain had fell off on Nick a couple times and it fell off on TJ, which is also their brother. So it's obviously a pre-existing problem. And I didn't know about it, but I mean, it's small potatoes. Making me some content right now. But hopefully this fixes it. So let's get this chain the right size. So this is 10 feet of chain. That is more than enough, but that's what we had to buy, so that's what we're working with. And I had bought a chain breaker already from Harbor Freight, and I thought that the chain was too long, so I tried to take a link out of the chain, and I realized that that was not the problem. So another thing that I'd noticed when I did that, let me get you guys here, is on the ends here, this little piece in here is just hogged, like literally fucked. So then you come to the other side here, and that piece is just really bad. You can't even see it on the outside, like, see on the outside of the face, you can't really see anything, and then you come back to this side, and you can kind of see like the mushroom piece there. There's supposed to be that little lip there to hold that. And that whole piece was effed up. See this side, same thing. It's messed up. See the mushroom on this side? There's like nothing on this side. So yeah, I bought a chain breaker that, just like I said a couple days ago, where is it? And I had taken that link out and I tried to put it back on with a link off, and it did not want that. So good thing I bought it, because we're gonna need it anyways. Here she is. She popped out the other side. Loosen this bad mamma jamba up. Get this chain on the quad. I'm already hyped up. Alright. So, let's put on more of Peyton's gloves. Because he used 3 cans of my brake cleaner. We got the chain the right size. And we're gonna put that on. So we also have enough for an extra chain if anything ever happens to this one. So that's kind of cool. Alright, so I'm going to just go ahead and put the master link on while it's off of here because it was acting like it was hella tight. And like I said, we got extra chains, so fuck it. We're just gonna go ahead and put it on and spin it on like an old bike chain. Is that how you're supposed to do it? I don't know. Is that how we're gonna do it? Absolutely. That's how every time it fell off, that's how it kept getting put back on. Just like that. Put that on here. Give this the old school fucking turn. Absolutely hates its life. That's good. So do we. Oh yeah, that's tight, boys. That's real fucking tight. Oh yeah. I feel like if we put another link in it, it's gonna be way too droopy. But that is way too tight. Way too tight. Oh! I'm not impressed right now, boys. I don't know what else to do besides pull it off. And try to add a link, which is gonna make it have a ridiculous amount of sag. But I really don't know what else to do. So, that's what I'm gonna do. This fucking chain's probably gonna be like, boing, when it comes off. There we go, that was a nice amount of tension. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna add a link. Sad face. We are back at the quad. We have a link added in our chain. And we are just hoping to God that this is going to be the right size. Because I hate fiddling with chains. And it makes me want self-harm. Yep. Oh, yeah. So now, it's got all this fucking slack in it. How is this possible? I guess we could go here, but that's still pretty loose. I'm not sure. I don't know why this is being like this. No, because if you take this link out, then you don't have this at all, and it's just hollow there, and it doesn't like that. You can't do that. Pretty sure. Yeah, because you'd be taking it out on a big one and you need it to stay small. Oh, yeah. I've just been laying here. So I guess what I've noticed. So I'm like, dude, you can't move this whole axle. You know, the other chain was tight, but it was literally the perfect length. I can't take this link out here because it has to end on the two, like, you know, I can't have the fat ending. If I go ahead and take, come back here, you little son of a bitch. If I go and take this off, then this is just hollow. There's nothing in between this link. So then you can't put them together. It has to be like this in order for the master link to slide into there. So what I was noticing though is there's like sliders right here. These two things are like little slideys. So maybe I go ahead and put the tight chain on, crack these loose, and maybe I think this mechanism pivots. You may be thinking, well, yeah, dumbass. Well, guess what? Huh? Take it easy on me. I've never worked on a quad before. Eh? Yeah. So, I'm gonna put the tight chain back on and bust those loops. I have these bolts loosened up, these two, and these, which look like sliders to me. We are going to take the tight chain and install that the first way we did. So then it can go ahead and tighten itself up, and if it needs any room to move, it can just go ahead and move them. That's the plan anyway. Sounds great in theory. We'll see how it works. That popped on beautifully. Oh, that just hates life. Why? I don't think I took another link out. No, I didn't even mess with this chain. Why is that so much more tight? Dude, I do not remember doing that. I jacked the quad up. I loosened these two bolts right here, along with these two bolts and these. And we got the slack we're looking for. Oh, thank God! I've been, over this thing. Let's get this thing tightened back up. We are all tightened up. Nice little bit of slack in the chain. Just not too much, nothing crazy. Dude, honestly, we're all learning this shit together. I mean, unless you already know. Fuck you for being, you know, judgmental. If you're judging me. If you're not judging me, then te amo. But, yeah. Different chain. Hopefully this does the trick. Because I just want to ride the quad without it falling off. Because that shit sucks. I gotta get this seat cover put on in a video too. But yeah, that's the seat cover I got for it. She looks sexy with that on there. But the chain kept falling off, my hands kept getting greasy, so I didn't even want to do anything to it because I was just gonna get it dirty. So maybe now, in the next video, if this fixes this, which we're gonna go find out, we can put the seat cover on. We're trying to look bad bougie, you know what I'm saying? We traded the neighbor kid. I think I might have already mentioned that, but he had a blue Pro Taper. But I had to get the blue because that's what came with these grips. But he's like, yo, let's tradesy. Like, let's get the swapsy, son. Ah. This is the woods. My neighbor Bobby, he told me that I could come out here, clean some shit up, make some trails. I think it'll be fun out here. I definitely think I can make a sick little track out here. Maybe make one side a track and like one side a dick around. So I mean, Bobby owns this lot. He owns all this in the back, but he doesn't care that I use it. But let's get a little bit more of their shit out of our way. And let's see if this chain falls off this quad, because that's why we're out here. So what I'm about to show you guys, I was out in the woods and I don't know, my fucking GoPro's on my head, so somehow, some way, it got turned to time lapse. So thank God we still have the video, like, and you can see me ripping it around, but it's on time lapse, so like it's like we're back at the shop. I'd say the chain problem is fixed. I just did 20 minutes of riding and a lot of messing around in the woods, but perfect. Perfect. Chain is just covered in shit right now. Still got a good wiggle in her. Love that. Love that. So the quad, as you guys can tell, I've been doing little things here and there. So, the Doodlebug boys. I had went online and I found like a 194cc engine. And I looked up on Google, well, YouTube per se. And like, it does fit, but it comes out to like here. It's a lot more bulkier. And it's a diesel engine, like I said. Diesel, boys! A diesel Doodlebug build? Come on. That would be sick. Like, let's be honest with each other. I'm into that. I love that. But it's like $180 shipped to the house. So, we gotta work some more of that OT, and we'll get it. We'll get it. I'm thinking the diesel engine's what I want with that, or we can go with the $120 Harbor Freight engine, which is only 74 cc's, but it's not diesel. Come on! And then you got the Columbia, the Harley Davidson Columbia that I got from one of my teachers. I graduated high school, fast forward, yada, yada, yada. She absolutely loves me. She had this sitting on the side of her house. I went there one day and I'm like, what are you doing with that? She's like, if I ever sell it, I'll let you know. Well, she sold it to me and I whipped this thing for the whole first year I lived here. And then the key broke off in the ignition. And the ignition switch for this thing is $100, so I just haven't bought that yet. So these two are projects for sure. First things first with this is to get it running, but then I'd like to make this look nice because this is all fiberglass. It's gonna be a lot of work, but I think it'd be cool in the end, and then maybe flip it or something. I'm not sure.
But that also goes to say with, I want to do the Doodlebug build and I want to do the Columbia, but I also think it would really be really cool to do like a $500 series. Like take $500, go on Marketplace and see what we can find, whether it be a pit bike, a dirt bike, a four-wheeler, snowmobile, I don't care. A $500 series. We start with $500, we fix it, and we just keep flipping it and see what we end up with. I think that'd be a really cool series, but you guys let me know in the comments. But yeah, quad's fixed. Maybe we'll do some winter projects. And I accidentally bought more front coils for the G. That sums up today's video. You guys know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. Have a nice night.